Alright, so hello everyone and welcome back to the second episode of the Overwatch section of this recording project. We're back on this game and we're probably gonna play some more just quick play and just relax a little bit while I give you guys some more tips on how the game works and how different characters work. Again, a warning, there may be swearing, so be aware. So let's just queue up another quick play classic match here so I can show you guys how this game works. And hopefully we can have some fun with it. Now, obviously this is gonna probably take a little while to load in. But once we're in, we're gonna get this party started. And there we go. Found a match. Very nice. So you might be able to tell, but I am quite tired, so excuse me if this first little commentary here is a bit slow, but I just woke up like a couple of minutes ago really, so yeah, just excuse me. Alright, so let's see which character we can play here today. I'd say we play a character that you guys have not seen yet, and I'm feeling like playing Doomfist, this guy. This character is quite interesting because he doesn't rely a lot. He doesn't rely on his main fire a lot. You see, this is his main fire. He just kind of like shoots like little pellets or something. He doesn't rely on that very much because it only has 4 ammo. What he does rely on is his abilities, which you again see down in the right bottom hand corner there. His shift, which is an uppercut. His E, which is like a ground slam, and his main ability, his alternate fire, which charges up his big fist and lets you like fly through the air and punch people. So he relies very much on those abilities rather than his little fire, but obviously the fire is nothing to forget. Just a sneaky kill there and then die like an idiot. Good lift. Very nice. So I'm gonna clear up a point here. Never mind, our Hanzo did that already. But yes, Doomfist. With him, what you have to do is you have to be aware of your cooldowns. You can't lose sight of them because otherwise, well, you're just kind of fucked and you're gonna die. So you have to always keep an eye out on like the bottom right corner so you can see where which ability is. And you don't want to charge in too often. I got a bit too aggressive there and a bit too greedy and kind of just charged into their entire team, which just caused me to die and waste a little time. But it's fine, we'll get back to the point in no time. So, more tips I can give you guys. I taught you guys last time that if you pull up this little menu with C, you can select, ouchie, very rude, you can select what you want to do. Like you can say you understood something, or you can say I need healing, or you can say how your ultimate is doing. There's always quick binds for these. These are set when you first launch the game. Let me just use my ult here. This is his ult. He kind of just like teleports up to the sky and flies through the air until you slam down on something. But your main things like saying you understood, or saying you need healing, or saying your ultimate status are always bound to something, so you can just like press Y and then you can see that my character just kind of says my ultimate meteor strike is charging and it's at 17%. You can say X for I need healing, and you can say G for the fact that you understood. So that's something to keep in mind. That way you don't have to like communicate via actually talking to people if you don't want to. You can just do a quick little notification to them.
I take it on the chin.
But yeah, let's get back to trying to halt this attack they're doing here. Now, what I've been doing mainly is pressing E, then shift, then the punch, which is absolutely not necessary. You have a lot of kill potential with Doomfist. You can basically one-hit people if you just kind of just punch them into the wall. Oh, well, that was stupid. I just kind of fell off the map there. Dumbass me. Oh well. But as long as you have a wall in front of you and you hit somebody, so say there's an enemy standing in front of me, as long as I hit them into this wall, they'll take double damage, which will be enough to kill most enemies in one hit. Well, not the tanks, they obviously have too much HP for that, but it will be enough to kill the some of the smaller enemies, like the DPS and the healers in one shot. And his ult can also do that. However, I think I'm going to die to this Mei here, because she is quite annoying. Yeah. So Mei is another character that's a bit of an annoying hero in this game, because she can just kind of freeze you and then you can't really do anything to get out of it. You're basically just at her mercy. But you can also deal with her once all of her abilities are kind of used up. Another tip that I can give you is if you press F1, you'll be able to pull up like a little menu of... Ouch. That's terrible. I might be dead here. Yep. Oh well. Yeah, as I said, if you press F1, you can pull up a little menu, and this will tell you what all of your abilities kind of do. So, you can kind of just press F1 while you're in the practice range, or while you're kind of just in a position where there's not a lot happening. You can press F1 to read up about what your character does a little bit. However, there's also websites that tell you, so I suggest you do that before you even start playing the character in the first place. So you want to know what you're getting yourself into. So I'm gonna just kind of not try to kill people here, but more just kind of push them away a little bit. However, I can kill that guy though, and then die. So, as you might be able to tell, I'm not that great at Doomfist. He's not a character that I play very often, but I do enjoy playing him every now and then. And sometimes I can have these moments where I do really well on him, but other times not so much. Also, one more menu that you can pull up. Hold on. I'll give you in a moment. I kill that guy. One more menu that you can pull up is... if you press tab, you can see all your different statistics, and you can see what both teams are playing. You can see that their enemy team has those heroes, our team has these heroes, and you can see your weapon accuracy, your ability damage, all kinds of things, including your eliminations or the kills you got, the damage you did so far, all sorts of stuff. Let me just... so that's another little thing that you can pull up if you want to see how you're doing so far. And you can also switch characters mid-game, so let me actually switch to a character that I do better on here. That would be this guy, Genji. This guy is kind of like a ninja character. He throws shurikens, he throws them 3 at a time, like this, or like in a row, like that. He has a dash on his shift, so that looks like this. And he has a deflect, which just reflects enemy bullets back at them and does some damage to them. And I am a bit better at this character than I am at Doomfist, but that does not mean that I'm great either. So, yeah. And another thing to keep in mind, you can always switch characters if you feel you're not doing that well on the one character you were on before. And you can do that an unlimited amount of times within a match. And they are pushing to win here. That's a bit unfortunate. But, ooh, our Reinhardt got a pretty nice Earth Shatter there with his ultimate. We might be able to make something happen with that. If I can kill their Mercy. Okay. I think we've pushed up enough, so let's just go back here and get some healing. Very nice. Thank you. Oh. And now I'm hacked, which means I can't use my abilities, which is a little tedious. Ouchie. But it's fine. We'll respect. No worries. At all. Unless they push now, which they are probably going to. Now, Genji's ultimate is the Dragon Blade. This character is very popular, and a lot of people play him, so a lot of people know how this ultimate works, so I'm gonna have to play kinda smart here. But I'm gonna have to use it, because otherwise we'll use it. So basically what Genji does is he kinda just pulls out a big blade that does like 100 damage per swing. Something like that. And it lasts 6 seconds, so you can just kinda dash around and just kinda kill the enemy team with your blade. Not die to the Sombra, I hope. And yeah, his ult charges very quickly, so you can see that I'm already on 50% again, even though I just used it a couple of moments ago. Ah. Died. Okay, they're going to try to push the point with the fact that I just died. But we seem to be holding on for now. So hopefully we can continue that. One of them has left the game. That's a bit bad for them. Just deflect some stuff here. And we won. Very nice. So you see that even if a game is looking like it's going to be lost, because that looked pretty bad there, you can still turn it around sometimes. And our Reinhardt, which is the character that I played on the last video, got his very well deserved play of the game, because this was a very, very good ultimate to use there, and he played that very well. And after the game is over, if you stay after the play of the game, you have these bunch of cards that you can commend other players. It doesn't give anyone anything, but it's a way to show appreciation. You can show them, hey, you did well, I enjoyed the way you played there, something like that. I usually don't stay for it because it just doesn't matter at fucking all, but it's a nice gesture if you do. So let me just upvote our team here and the enemy team for playing fair. And let me open the loot box that I got. Always a nice thing to open loot boxes. Now, since I'm that high level, like 900 and something, I already have most of the items, so I mainly get duplicates. The only times I get new items is when events like this are around. But after a while, you can see you get all these common items. You're guaranteed to get like at least one common item in every loot box or something like that. Or at least one rare item in every loot box and then a bunch of commons. And you see that I just already have like most of them unlocked anyway. Even if I've just played for a little while. The only things that you will be missing are mainly the legendary skins, because they're very rare, and I think you get only like one legendary per 10 loot boxes or something, or per 5 loot boxes, so yeah. But it doesn't matter. I don't really care too much about the loot boxes anymore, because I have most of the items. I have all the items that look good on characters. So it's a nice thing to get loot boxes, because even if you get duplicates, you can obviously use the currency, the coins you get, to in turn buy more items and make your character look more fashionable, if you will. But yeah, it doesn't matter at some point. It's just not that important. So let's see which character we shall play this match. I want to play another one to keep the gameplay kind of fresh for you guys, and I feel like I would like to play Reaper, actually. This is quite a fun character if the enemy team has a few tanks, because Reaper, I think I talked about this briefly in the last episode, he is very, very good at killing tanks. Like, he does a lot of damage to other people. And this Tracer is doing a bunch of things. Also, you can say hello to other people. So yeah, what Reaper does is he has his Hellfire shotguns. He basically just has shotguns that he dual wields because he's so awesome. And he just kind of shoots people with them, yeah. I mean, what else would you do? He has a teleport ability on his E, which allows you to like teleport up to a high place or teleport away from enemies. And he has his shift ability, like this, which just kind of makes him invulnerable to damage, auto-reloads his shotguns, and allows him to move a little faster so he can get away from a dangerous position. This Tracer is being quite tedious. As you can see, Tracer is quite an annoying character because she's basically a little mosquito that constantly follows you around and peppers you to death. And she is probably going to kill me now, unless I get healing, which I did. Thank you very much. But I'm gonna have to try to kill this Winston over here, because he's like my main focus of this game. And my main source of ultimate charge. And with Reaper, what... Go away, please. God, you are annoying. What I like to do with Reaper is only use his E ability when necessary, and I like to kind of just push into the enemy, and when I see that I'm getting to low HP, I just kind of press shift and try to bring myself to a more favorable position. And wow, Tracer, you are a certified cockwaffle. Yeah, she just kind of used her ultimate on me and stuck me, but also killed herself, so that's always something. But yeah, you kind of charge in as Reaper, you try to kill some targets, then once you notice you're getting to low health, you kind of just get out and you try to just regen some of that HP. Or you press shift to get out. Go away. I don't like you. Stupid Tracer. So yeah, I'm gonna try to look for a position where I can use my ultimate now, and this looks pretty good so far. So I'm gonna jump in and press Q, and what he does in his ultimate is he just spins around him and just fires out of every hole he has, just dishing out as much damage as possible, and I think he does a maximum of 500 over the whole duration of it. So basically, if you get into like a group of enemies and you just press Q once you have it, you just start destroying people. And somebody just notified me that there's a Mei behind upstairs. I'm gonna look into that. Check that out. Where is she? Not here. Sure. Oh. So there's Winston using his ult for a second there, which means he doesn't have it, which means he's an easy target for me. If I could catch up to him, but I'm kind of slow. Go away, May. So the person was right. The May is behind. Stop, please. I'm just trying to kill you, tank. Okay. So it looks like we're going to be losing the first point here, but doesn't matter. We'll just hold the second one instead. I have my ultimate against him. Kind of soon. Actually, gonna be able to hold this? No, I don't think so. Yeah, no, we only had one player on the objective, so we're gonna lose this. It's okay. So I'll take up the high ground on this map, which is up here, because people like pushing from this kind of section of the map a lot, so it's always a good position to take. If not there, oh, well, that's unexpected. They flanked him on the other side. Interesting. It's okay, we basically shut down that push immediately because their Winston is dead, so they have no HP to survive this fight, really. Anyway, the most popular two places to push are up there and down here through the middle. You rarely see people pushing from over there, but they did, which is interesting. I guess they're trying a different tactic. So yeah, Overwatch isn't just a game about mindlessly shooting people to death, it's also a game about planning your moves, planning when the enemy will use which abilities, planning when certain enemies will be dead, when certain enemies will be alive, so to say, and coordinating your team accordingly to... Nice post off there, idiot. According to all those factors. I have my ultimate here, but I do not feel safe in this position, so I'm just gonna move away here. This tracer might actually try to push me. Do need a heal. Thank you very much. Oh, that Mercy has a golden gun thing. So this is the tree. Oh god. Go away. So I got that tracer, very nice. That means she's gonna be less of an annoyance. As Hanzo is trying some stuff. Hold on to sneeze. Muted my mic there for a second so you guys wouldn't have to hear me sneeze. Anyway. So the entire kind of team seems to be there, so I'm just gonna like walk in and probably die. Smile? No? Okay. I'm alive. Very good. But their Winston is using his ult, which is not very good for us. But I killed him. And this tracer is a serious annoyance. Okay. Somebody said that there's 3 upstairs, so I'm gonna look into that. Now this is kind of a bit of a scummy move because I just solo ulted somebody, which is not what you're supposed to do with Reaper's ultimate, but we're about to win anyway, so there's no point to saving my ult. Actually, I should have probably saved it for this exact moment, because now there's a lot of people. But I do not think we're gonna need it. Well, seems like we aren't. Okay, good one. Very good. Yeah, I should have saved my ult up, but I had thought that we wouldn't. We wouldn't be seeing them on point A anyway because there was like 10 seconds left. Mistakes have been made. It's fine. We won, so no point in complaining. And I do not really care about this play of the game, so I'm just gonna skip it and leave. So I believe we are gonna have time for about like one more match, and then that should conclude the video. I'm just gonna delete this. Yeah, we'll have time for about one more match before the before the end of the video here, so let's just make the best out of it, and I'll find another interesting character to play for you guys. Ah, there we go. I think this might be a game that's already been going on, actually. Yep, it is. So let's play... Why not play this character? Sigma. He's kind of fun. That's something that I've recently discovered.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
So what he does is he kind of shoots like 2 orbs, has infinite ammo, which is always interesting. If you press shift, he has like a little field where he absorbs where he absorbs incoming damage. If you press E, he throws a rock at enemies that kind of stuns them for a little bit. And oh god. And if you press the left mouse button, you send out like a little shield kind of thing. So I've just recently kind of started playing this character, but I enjoy him a fair bit because he seems pretty fun and seems like he can provide some... He seems like he can kill himself, apparently. No, he seems like he can, he seems pretty good and pretty viable in the, current kind of meta, if you'd like, of the game. And another interesting thing that you may want to look into is every character in this game, every single one, all of the... Oh god. Just absorb that damage. Every single hero in this game has his like own, his or her own unique backstory and unique tale, and they kind of just built this world with all of that in mind. And around there's the evil Overwatch variant, the Black Watch or Talon, and there's just Overwatch, the group of mercenaries basically that try to help humanity, and it's really interesting once you get into it. But it's also kind of hard to find out a lot of information because a lot of it is just kind of left out or is just not explicitly stated, so you have to do research there. But as more and more characters get added, we get more and more kind of world building and more story to this game. So I have my ultimate here. I'm gonna try to use that smart. What? Well then, Jesus. No. Okay, well, never mind. What his ultimate does is it basically creates a field, kind of field on the ground, and if you select the field, like once you click your button, you're gonna pull all people that stood in that field up, all enemies specifically, ow, and they all take half of their HP in damage, which is huge. So it's quite a useful ultimate. Okay, I'm glad it's Genji. Okay. So I do not think we have to use that now, because we seem to be taking this point. Yeah, I'm gonna wait a little more. But yeah, it's quite a useful ult. Now I'm gonna die. Yeah. Because of this Tracer being a huge annoyance to our team and constantly having her ultimate up. But I got rest, so it's fine. So now there's 5 people on point. Now is a good time to use this. So you kind of just like select the field and you pull everyone up. You can shoot them while doing that, and you do a lot of damage to them. And now I'm gonna try to not die and fail at doing that and die. I have to change character here, I believe. So I'm gonna go with the character that I played the most. I've played this character for a very long time. I'm very confident on this character usually, and that is McCree. He is a... how would you even describe this? He's a cowboy. He has like his revolver that he shoots. He has a flashbang, as you just saw there, which is on his E. It kind of stuns people for a second, so you can do damage to them. And his alternate fire is this, where he just kind of fan the hammers. He just shoots a bunch of bullets at the same time that do less damage if you were shooting individually. Less damage than if you were shooting individually. But provides you with a method of rapidly firing. And he has his combat roll on his shift, which reloads his gun and allows you to get away from enemies a little bit. So you might be able to tell that I am a bit better at this character than most other characters, but that's just because I've played him for such a long time. I basically main him, and yeah, I have his golden gun and everything. So I am just more confident with this guy than
always was a good shot, but
so now we basically have a situation of match point. If you look up there in the middle, you see the little red dot and the little blue dot. That means both the enemy team and our team has each won one round, so now whoever wins this round wins the game. So it's a match point kind of situation. Now, I don't really care about who wins or loses, it doesn't matter for shit, but you get a little more XP if you win. That's the only real thing you gain from it. But yeah. So if you'd care about the match point situation, then you'd be trying your hardest here, to survive. And I might get resurrected. Yes, very nice. Don't get resurrected by this Mercy. Very kind of her.
Thought I was a gun.
Let me just quickly. Okay then, he came out of nowhere. Wonderful. Doesn't matter, I'll respond. Ah, that's a. So I have been. My weapon accuracy is on 33%, which means I've been hitting around a third of my shots, which is usually a little lower than what I get on this character, because I've played this character so much I usually get around 50% actually. But right now it's a bit lower than that. We can increase that. So that guy, there's a Widowmaker around somewhere. I don't even know where. Probably on the high ground? No. This Hammond is doing interesting things. Hammond is the ball that's basically just spinning around on point and kind of ruining our day. I'm gonna follow Roadhog up here. Try to get some kills there. Pick up a kill on the enemy if we get some support. Try to find this soldier if I can. Hello, sir. Goodbye, sir. So you see, if you pull off like a flash bang and fan the hammer combo, you basically guarantee to kill the enemy you're looking at as long as their HP is low enough. And I have my ult here, and my ult is basically I look at the enemy and get sleep darted. Yes, exactly. No. What McCree does is he looks at the enemy and they kind of just have this little skull that starts growing on them. Once it's red and fully filled out, and you click on them to shoot them, you one-shot them. So we won that game, and I did fairly well there. You see, I have around 50% accuracy. That's usually what I get. And the enemy Tracer got play of the game, which I do not want to look at because she annoyed me a lot. So yeah, I hope I was able to give you guys some more neat little tips there on Overwatch. I hope I was able to teach you guys something new, maybe get your interest in the game going, because apart from the fact that the community and the players sometimes are a little mean to each other and a little toxic, the game can be quite a lot of fun. And it can be very entertaining to play, but just be aware of the community if you decide to. Anyway, that's all the time we have for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week with the next episode and a new game. Bye bye.